Good evening everyone, Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Welcome to the Wednesday update. Before we begin tonight, as always, hit that like button, give us a subscribe if you can, and of course, tick the bell to stay updated on all of our content that's coming up this week. Of course, we aim to bring you updates 5 nights a week, and today is no different. BTC. Before we start BTC, if you haven't joined the Discord already, there is a link down below in the description. Join the conversation. There is a lot going on in there, and of course it's always good to have different opinions, so there's a lot of different traders in that Discord, so bring yourself over there. In regards to BTC, however, Gravy Train saying we are in an area of the indecision, and it's quite substantial currently. So we'll take that off the screen right now. If you want to know more about Gravy Train, you can follow the link down below, of course. And BTC, there's only a couple of things I wanted to say about BTC tonight, so it might be a shorter update than usual, but we are in this symmetrical triangle formation currently. We can break either side of this. Make no mistake, we can go to the upside or we can break to the downside. It's going to come down to momentum, and it's going to come down to where we end up, coming towards the end of this squeeze, hence the title of yesterday's update. So if I'm to give you an idea of where I think it will get to, I think we'll get to the previous level of supply at 40K. I think that's the most notable level in the sense of supplies and demand, or whether supply and demand is concerned. We've had two, in my opinion, goes at the high quality level of demand. So it makes sense to me that we'll retest this level of supply in the immediate term for a third or even a fourth touch, and hopefully we get some volume, and this is the one that breaks us through and we take us up to the 50 fibs at 45K. It's not financial advice, of course, but that's just what I'm seeing on the chart. This can change very quickly. We are trending above the 50 RSI, and that is very, very strong sign of support to the upside, but it's not it hasn't trended above the 50 for long enough, in my opinion. So we'll wait a couple of more candles and we'll see if we do stay above this, of course, 23.6 and this 50 fibs. We've got the CCI topping out a little bit here, not meaning much in my opinion right at this point, but we've got Steamroller, of course, pointing to the upside, so we can see some further movements. There is plenty of room on these moving oscillators to see 40K again. But like I said, it is crypto. And if we do decide to come down and break and close underneath this formation, I'll be saying we need to look for levels to the downside, and that would reside around $30,700 or $30,500, roughly speaking, in this instance. So BTC playing games with us. We're getting squeezed into a corner. It's literally a 50-50 shot as to which direction we can go. I personally believe we're going to head up to the 40K mark for a fourth touch of this region, and that would bring the break of this level or of this formation currently. But we'll wait and see how that goes. We'll keep you guys updated every single night, and in the Discord as well. I tend to post in the mornings to give you guys a rundown of what's happened overnight in relation to the video or the update that we posted the night before. So just keep an eye on that. We'll have a look. We'll continue to go through. We'll have a look at ETH. So ETH doing very similar things as BTC. Not much to report here, unfortunately. We haven't had a higher high in this instance yet, but I will be looking towards, again, that level of supply at 2,800 to really give us that retest above us. So that is, in the same fashion as BTC, we are faring better in the sense of the RSI, using the 50 RSI as a level of support. So if I zoom in on that, you can see how respected the 50 RSI is. So if you're not using this particular indicator, UTG-RSI, in the indicators tab, if you type in UTG-RSI, you can find it absolutely for free. And we've baked in a few alerts for you to use as well, in the sense of hidden bearish divergence, bullish divergence, entering overbought and oversold conditions in the way of above or below the 50. So something to look at. Moving on, we'll have a look at the dominance for BTC. We've been declining since our rise to 48%. We've used the 61.8 as a level of resistance, and we are continuing down towards our 78.6. That's probably going to be where we sit for the moment. There is a level of liquidity that resides around this area here, so it might be a little bit longer until we reach that 78, but the trajectory is towards that point at around 42 or even 41.75% for the dominance. So we're seeing that relay into the altcoins. You can see how respected or even how green some of these alts are. Not substantially green, however, it is there. So the market is having a little bit of relief, not a reversal, but a little bit of relief for the immediate term. And the last one tonight we'll have a look at is the DXY. Of course, the DXY is a regulated market, not financial advice, just ideas and opinions of us here at UTG. You can see the validity of our supply and demand levels. Most notably, the demand level that we identified earlier on this week. So the trajectory was we'd come out of this, retest this liquidity to the left, as you can see by the white line, and of course, pushing us down. I said the most notable zone in the sense of a supply or a demand is this point here. It is around 89.70, and it does reside around the previous push. It was the leg out of this zone that I was speaking about. I think it was Monday afternoon or Monday night that I made that video. We did come down, retest it pretty much perfectly, and then we are pushing above now. So we are going to retest 90.235 in the immediate term. I think that'll pretty much be on the cards. We are just about to test it now. And if we do push up, make a higher high, then we are looking at some of the liquidity or even the level of supply that we find residing at around 90.8. This could flow down into the crypto space where we have a little bit of a relief for the USD market. It doesn't really translate one-to-one. So very loosely keep an eye on this DXY, but it's not going to mean a whole lot in terms of BTC pulling back. I think BTC will do its own thing. It's not exactly coupled. Like I said, it's not a one-to-one correlation, but it is certainly one to keep on your radar every now and again. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Of course, it is a little bit of a shorter session than I usually film. That's because there hasn't been much movement in the sense of the charts that we usually look at. But keep an eye on BTC, keep an eye on the dominance, chart the DXY if you haven't already. Of course, join the Discord in the links down in the description. Again, I am Ads, and I'll talk to you in the next one.